Welcome along to my fingerstyle interpretation of Apologise by One Republic. This lesson has free tab which is available to download at my website learnguitarinlondon.com. I've included a link in the video now and there's also a link in the video description. All it takes is a name and email address to join the student area, and then you've got access to all the tab and all part 2s of all my videos. This is also in a part 2, however part 2 will be released public on my channel next week, so look out for that. We're going to be doing the first half of the song today. So without further ado, let's have a look at the left hand and learn how to play it. I'm going to teach you the finger picking rule, and this will stop any confusion on the picking hand, on this hand. Okay, now the finger picking rule is this: it plays the top 3 strings. The thumb, sorry, plays the top 3 strings, not it. So the thumb plays the top 3 strings. The index finger plays the G string, the middle finger plays the B, and the ring finger plays the E. So if I'm telling you to use your index finger, you should know that that means this string. So if later on I start saying index, middle, ring, thumb, thumb, then that's indicating these fingers, okay? Your thumb, I will be telling you what string it's going on most of the time if it's not a repeated section. So to start off this song, I'd like you to make an A minor chord. That's index finger on the 1st fret on the B string, middle finger on the 2nd fret on the D, and ring finger on the 3rd fret on the G, okay? And what I want you to do is we're going to pick this chord. We're going to go thumb on the A, thumb on the D, middle finger. Then index on the G, then thumb on the D. So it's... and that's the beat there as well. Bum, 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 bum. And that's the beat we're going to be using through this first line. Next, bring your thumb over the top to hold down the thickest string on the 1st fret. Leave your index where it is from the A minor, and put your middle finger on the 2nd fret on the G, and your ring finger on the 3rd fret on the D. It's making an F chord. Thumb on the bass note, thickest string, then thumb on the D, then middle, index, thumb on the D. So it's... do that again. Then C chord, lift up the thumb, move this shape of fingers up. Notice that index finger's been there the whole time throughout these last 2 bars, so leave it there, okay? C. Picking is A string, D string with the thumb, middle, index, thumb on the D. Hopefully you're seeing a common pattern occur over that bit at the intro on this hand. And finally, just bring the ring finger up to the 3rd fret on the thickest string, playing a G bass note, and do this pattern: thumb skipping onto the D string, middle, index, thumb. So the first line of the intro is this: 3, 4. Making sure that everything is ringing as long as you can, okay? That's very important. I'd then like you to return to an A minor, and we're going to do this. So thumb on the D, index, playing the 2nd fret on the G string, which the A minor is holding down, then lift up that finger to make it open, so it's... and then thumb on the D string, and then open on the G, and then D. I'll do that again. Thumb on the D, then open on the G, and then thumb on the D string. Then bring your thumb up over the top. So we're doing the same order of chords, we're just playing them slightly differently. Leaving the index there, middle and ring finger over, thumb on the thickest string, thumb on the D, then middle finger on the B string on the 1st fret, then lift that up. So you do the B string twice. thumb on the D, index, thumb, while you're holding down that F chord. So that bar is, oops. Okay, we're then going to move to a C chord, and we're going to do a similar thing, thumb on the A string, thumb on the D, middle finger on the first fret on the B string, then lift that up. So we're sort of deconstructing the chord a lot. Then thumb on the D, index, thumb. Then move the ring finger up to the third fret on the thickest string, thumb on the bass note, index and middle, pinching, thumb, index and middle on open strings. So that's that intro. Once again, I'll do those two lines again. 2, 3, and then we're into where the singing actually starts. Obviously the guitar's not doing that. Apologies for my phone. Okay. Okay, so we're going to make an A minor, but I'm not using the index finger this time. I'm just not bothering putting it down, basically. So it's just middle and ring finger making what's actually an A suspended second. And we're going to be pinching thumb on the thickest string and index finger, and that's a pinch, pulling two strings together at the same time. Then lift up the G string and play it with your index, then put it back, then lift it up, and then pinch again. So it's... Then playing it again on the second fret with the index, then lift it up, thumb over the top to the thickest string, leave the middle finger where it is for the time being. So as you're making the change, here's your A suspended, bring your thumb up over the top, leave this finger where it is, lift up that one, okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to pinch thumb on the thickest string and then index, playing an open string now because that finger's lifted up, then play it again, then pinch it again, then thumb playing the D string, which is holding down the second fret. I'll do that bar slowly. 3, 4. Okay, then making a C chord, so ring finger on the third fret on the thickest string, and then sometimes I'm doing it like this with a little strum. Sometimes I'm just picking the third fret, and in my performance it reflects that. I'm sort of mixing it up, keeping it interesting. I think this way sounds a little better, but that's not going to be written on the tab. That's what's going to be written on the tab, but just try this. So do a little mini strum with the thumb on the A and the D string, and then with this middle finger, hammer on to sort of do the next finger of the C chord. So you've got like that. Then middle finger, the other way written on the tab is thumb, thumb on that D string. But either way, it doesn't matter. So that's hammer on, then thumb on the D, middle finger, because we're making a C, index, thumb on the D. Then ring finger up to make this G bass note again, pinching thumb, index and ring, middle, sorry. Then thumb on the D, middle finger, index, then thumb on the D. So that's... Okay, we then repeat those two bars. So this is a perfect excuse to show you slowly how to play those last two bars. So here we go. And... Okay, so they're repeated. You'll see a repeat symbol either side there on the tab. Next, we're going to do the next line is basically the same as what we just did. So it's this part again. I'm not going to show you how to do it again, but it's... Then put the index finger down this time for the A minor. Play that with the middle finger. Leave everything there. Bring the thumb up over the top to the thickest string. Pinch thumb and index, thumb on the E. And we're going to do the same thing. Then lift up on the G. Put it back on the G. Lift up. Pinch again with it held down. So that's 2, 0, 2, 0, 2. But this time with a pinch with the thumb on the thickest string. Pinch again, then middle finger on the first fret on the B. C chord. Thumb, index and middle on the pinch. Thumb on the A because it's the bass note of C. Thumb on the D. Index, thumb on the D. Index. Ring finger up to the 3rd fret, pinky on the 3rd fret on the B string this time, pinching thumb, index and middle, then thumb on the D, index, thumb on the D. I'll do that bar again from the C. Okay, next we're going to do the same bar that we did previous. Okay, so it's a perfect excuse for me to show you those last 2 bars in detail. So we're going from, which we've already learned how to play. So here we go from that. 3, 4. Okay, now normally what we'd be doing if this wasn't the last time is going, but because this is the last time that we do it, we go, and then 1st fret on the B, and then that takes us up to the chorus. Okay, so just going to do that bottom line on the first page again. Sorry. Okay, now this chorus. Okay, so you're going to make an A minor, but put your pinky down on the 3rd fret on the B string. And what I want you to do is I want you to do a raked pinch on this. So that's... So looking at this hand, now it might take some practice, but it's thumb, index, middle, ring, and they're done quickly. Like so. So practice that. You can, if you want, and I did in a couple of choruses, just pinch if you want. You don't have to do that. You can just pinch. It's up to you. It's your decision. So we're going to pinch or rake, then ring finger on the bottom string, then middle, middle, whilst making an A minor, index, middle, index. Then thumb over the top, making that hopefully becoming a familiar shape now. 2nd fret and 3rd fret on the G and the D string, and then this index is staying there, left over from the A minor. Thumb on the thickest, thumb on the D, middle, index, thumb on the D. So that bar is... Then C chord, but pinky down on the 3rd fret on the thinnest string. A rake, thumb on the bass note, which is the A string for the C chord, raking index and middle, and then going ring finger on the bottom string. Then middle, index, thumb on the D. Ring finger up to the 3rd fret on the thickest string, pinching thumb, index and middle, thumb on the D, middle, we go thumb, index on the G, thumb on the D, middle, index. Then we're going to repeat that idea. So once again, perfect way for me to show you what we've just done in the chorus. So here we go, 3, 4. Okay, now if we were repeating, we would be going, so repeat. And then we've got this leading into the end of the chorus. Pinky on the 3rd fret on the B, ring finger on the bottom string, just open, make an A minor, pinch thumb, and very important that the ring finger on the bottom string to get that high sound. Thumb on the D, middle, index, thumb. So this is just like the intro of the song. I've shown you how to do this already. You can just skip back to the intro if needs to be. So that's A minor with the pinching. That's the one thing that is different from the intro. It's a pinch. And then making this F shape. C, G. Thanks a lot for watching this lesson. Part 2 will be available very, very soon, next week. If you don't have the tab already, then please use the link in the video description or the link that's in the video right now to join the student area. It's completely free. It just takes a name and an email address, and then you can learn this awesome fingerstyle song. I upload 2 new lessons every week to my YouTube channel, so please click subscribe, and you can get some more fingerstyle instrumentals from there. And I've also included in this video a link to other fingerstyle instrumentals that I have written. Keep on playing and have a great day.